Good evening, everybody. It's 9:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 11/28/2019, Thanksgiving Day in the United States. Hopefully, everybody has a good holiday. Bitcoin at 74.78, Ethereum at 152, XRP at 22 cents, and the last 24 hours basically hanging even or going down or a slight bit up for like XRP 0.73. And Apollo is heading up in the last 24 hours, and it is up almost 1% and up 4.4%. The volume has been growing, and you're right now at about 500,000 coming in daily. And with the new information that's coming out, yesterday Steve tweeted out a piece that he, on Thanksgiving Day in Africa, working with the ADF group, had a meeting, and I'll show you that in a little bit, at a central bank of an unnamed country on the roadmap. A new one that wasn't and isn't on the roadmap. That's good. That's really good. Then you've got, that's really good. And then when you got the big director announcement coming and this new hire announcement coming next week on the 3rd of December, that's going to be big news. And it's just something that it's hard to explain what's going to happen with that, but it's going to be huge. Best way to put it. Going to be huge. Now, when you get into some of the news, you've got what the Fed Reserve's balance sheet expansion means for Bitcoin. You know what my opinion on this is? Nothing. Okay, when you do Bitcoin and you've got the U.S. in there spending and everything, this illusion that Bitcoin has something to do that's going to be better for this country and that, you may talk about maybe 50 years from now, but nothing in the next 10 years. The U.S. is locked and loaded into their old system. Nothing's going to happen with Bitcoin and the United States government. Nothing. Ripple's Eric Miltenberg claims that the anti-crypto stance of certain markets won't last. Dang dong. When you look at what Apollo is doing in Africa with the ADF group, and the ADF group is recommending to all 54 countries in Africa to adopt Apollo's blockchain, the advantages of it, and its digital solutions for the people of the African continent. And they just signed the MOU with Lesotho to basically work in every department in the government, not just one, but in almost every department, and walk-in locations for the people to load up their Apollo debit cards. Yeah, things are changing. Hackers begin moving ETH. This is not changing. Do not leave your coins on exchanges, folks. Do not. Hackers begin moving ETH stolen in massive upbit theft. They are tracking them. They broke them up into 4 different wallets, and they're doing small deposits to check to see if their funds are going to be frozen. But CZ from Binance said, well, you know what, they're going to work with these guys to track these coins down. But if they decide to use CZ's DEX, there's nothing he can do about it because there's no tracking in a DEX. So that was good. And now where do you think all these guys are going, or I should say where are all these coins going? Through the DEX. Oh boy. So BAYK's volume's up 62.50. I'm not saying that the hackers are dumb and they didn't realize that DEX would be the advantage, but it's just funny how he did that. We're going to help them track those coins down. And then, whoops, but of course they use the DEX. Now, the volume up 6,250% for BAYK. Great news, but keep in mind, when they launched, it was low. It was disappointing. So it's great to see that it's climbing up 6,000%. They are a bit behind the CME, but they're climbing, and that's pretty good. Basically, if BAYK can keep up its current momentum and average 4,000 contracts per day, the platform would be trading roughly 16% of CME's average daily volume. So you can see they've got a way to go. But it's good to see that they are increasing. The Swiss media publishes full-page spread singing the Bitcoin praises, but really what they're singing is the cryptocurrencies and the DLT, the Distributed Ledger Technology. The Distributed Ledger Technology, accompanied by a step-by-step guide to help newbies learn how to buy and properly store the coins. The article is a welcome sign that enthusiasm is strong and adoption is still on the rise. Gotta love it. Switzerland, gotta love it. Canadian Fund Manager, this is big. Canadian Fund Manager's 3IQ files prospectus for Bitcoin Fund IPO. So we'll have to watch how this works out, but that's good news to see that happening. New fintech, where are we? Yes, the new fintech. This is good. This article is on Dataflock. If you guys who are on Twitter have not followed Dataflock, you should follow Dataflock. Great blockchain articles, very good tech articles. Fintech companies, basically Apollo is a fintech setup, and working with their Apollo banks are a direct effect on the banking systems. People walking in and loading up their Apollo accounts, their wallets, and spending them using the Apollo debit card. It's a direct effect, and it's the future. And you see what's going to be going on in Lesotho, those walk-in locations, and people are loading up their debit cards and exchanging on-premise. And they can send to their debit card if they have a cell phone. And they can use this light wallet that they're going to have to do scanning at stores to pay for their goods. QR codes. Okay, I'm just psyched about Apollo, right? Who wouldn't be with what's going on? Coinbase patents automated KYC enforcement tool. Coinbase is good. Coinbase is very easy to use. Coinbase fees were high. They're starting to come down. Very, very, very good. And that is something with a KYC enforcement tool. Yeah, this guy does a good job with this exchange. Cold storage of the coins and doesn't keep them in his pocket. You get my drift? I'm not going to get into specifics because you don't want to spread how they do it, but a lot of people, if you research it, you know how they do it. And they spread it out safely. GitHub for Apollo. DEX2. Big development yesterday. Adding the trading status service and start to work on scanning service. So they're getting very close to issuing in a 1.4, 1.1 bump version. So it is coming for DEX2, and hopefully they have the black mode and Bitcoin going in. Currently ETH and Paxos. When you look at this beautiful black mode, coming soon, no KYC, no verification, built into your all-in-one wallet. The coin that is going on a tear in Africa, in a new hire that's coming next week, which is going to astound the crypto world. Seriously, it's going to astound any Apollonaut. It's going to astound any person in crypto. And then when the mainstream hears what happened, because I can't say much more, but I'll tell you this. The mainstream is going to notice this hire. In Africa, with a partnership with the ADF, huge. The MOU is just crazy for Lesotho in the first step. And coming up, Steve's visit to a central bank. And with this all-in-one, this is why the ADF group signed that partnership. With the endless features, including the 1 to 2 second speed, going sub-second soon. Privacy, but with a public option, but for the governments, public. And then the all-in-one features, right down there with dominance. Yeah, look at those coins. Red. Okay, anyway, getting down to here. Oh, nice setup, nice rig. I like that. The coin is going on a tear. And revving up. Because why? They're putting all the pieces together. And I do mean all the pieces together. And guess what? We're going into the Christmas season. Yeah. high five. Give it that high five for the Apollo coin. Great meeting today with the Reserve Bank of Malawi. Very impressed with their executive team on Thanksgiving. Yeah, in Africa, in a country that is not on the roadmap of Apollo's roadmap. If you look at their roadmap, you'll notice that on the listing of Apollo country, or Apollo, of the African countries that they are dealing with, Malawi is not on that list. Good things are coming for Apollo. If you can't see that, you're blind. It's gonna be. December is gonna be huge. APL to the moon when? When Africa kicks in. Plus the new hire, the Lesotho MOU, and more that are being signed, and this new hire that's coming next week. Yeah, things are gonna happen. And all you gotta do is understand that with all these pieces that Apollo's putting into the mix, it's going to be a great Christmas. Now, getting back to stuff, I was having fun with my visuals. Look at the roadmap. Ding! Look at the stuff that they've done in 2017 and building the all-in-one in 18 and putting out the fastest and the most private with the public option, along with sharding, and the updater which prevents forks, and no 51% attacks, proof of stake, not archaic proof of work, going to the DAG consensus protocol next year, which is just in a matter of a month, and the ARKNET, making TPS massively, amazingly over 1 million, and DAF, smart contracts, and all these African countries. Look at them all. Working with, boom, right there, Lesotho, done, MOU. Working with Zimbabwe for a digital solution with a sandbox, right there. Swaziland, second trip, Senegal. All the stuff right there, going down that list. And then you saw that new visit that they have. There's more than one that is not on the roadmap that's being talked to. Because I know of, from what I've heard, 3 countries that I know of that have contacted Apollo to have Apollo Africa to have them come visit that are not on the roadmap. So you have all this cooking, and I can just say this all-in-one that I am partial to for the last 2 years is gonna rock the crypto world. You'll look back at these videos in another month and go, hey, he was right. Yep, exactly. Go to the wallet page, easy downloads. I had somebody ask me about explaining the difference between the standard and the Vault wallet, if I could do a video. There's not a need for a full video on that. Basically, you have the choice to do that when you establish the wallet. And the Apollo University videos on the YouTube channel show how to do those 2 wallets. Very easy. Create the wallet, choose which one you want. The only differences between the basic and the Vault is additional security. And with that additional security locked into the unit that you're using, the PC, you can export your private key to go to other devices. But the main thing is it's more secure. And with the Vault wallet, you can use the DEX, the DEX. There's your differences. And that's something that eventually all the wallets will have the DEX, all of them. On the side here is your dashboard, which gives you all the features of any wallet that you're dealing with. So remember, Vault wallet is more security. That's why they called it the Vault. And with the exporting the key, lets you take it to another device. Here's your recap. All the documents, go to the document page, do your research. Look at the Vision 2020 and see where they're going. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. It's basically 10 p.m. on Thanksgiving night, 11/28/2019. December 3rd, unless they push it to the 4th. December 3rd is the announcement of the new hire for Apollo. And it's going to be huge. It's going to be something of an evolution, is the best way to put it. You're seeing Apollo, basically their innovation of what they're doing with the fastest network, the most private, and then going to the DAG consensus protocol in just a little while, 2020. Doing the Apollo cloud, and having that TPS over 1 million, working in Africa with the ADF group, and all these countries. Yeah, exciting times are coming. No doubt about that. Everybody have a good one, and I'll be in touch with any breaking news with the all-in-one powerhouse, APL.